Korea. Last month, the Democratic Alliance raised this issue during an executive council meeting and called on the city to take urgent action. Last month, Mayor Siranglaba said that a new 400-bed homeless shelter in Lower Ilovo is expected to be finalized by December and will accommodate up to 1,000 adults. The city maintains that safety remains a top priority. Staying with local news, 4 suspects have been killed in a shootout with police and private security just outside Camperdown in KZN. Guns and explosives were recovered on the scene. It's believed that the suspects were involved in a cash-in-transit robbery. It comes just a day after a CIT robbery in KZN. There are concerns that the crime will spike as the festive season approaches. And finally, YouTube attacked Australia's looming social media ban for under 16s as rushed, but the government called the policy a shield to protect children from predatory algorithms. From December 10th, Australia will require a raft of major social media platforms and websites, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, to remove underage accounts or face a hefty fine. There is keen interest in whether the sweeping world's first restrictions can work, as regulators around the globe wrestle with the potential harmful effects for young people. Australian YouTube users under 16 will be automatically signed out on December 10th using the ages linked to their Google accounts, the company said. A quick recap of your top stories at this hour. Low tourism crime rates bodes well for KZN over the festive season. And YouTube attacks Australia's world first social media ban. And that's it for news this hour. For Radio Ansar, I am Hadra Kota.
Well, it's 5 minutes after 6, and Assalamu alaikum once again to you if you've just tuned in and jumped onto Radio Al Ansar. If you're in the car right now, just take it nice and easy. As we always say, drive to arrive alive. No need to rush. Now, from the 10th, and you just heard this on the news bulletin, from the 10th of December, children under the age of 16 will no longer be allowed to have social media accounts. The Australian government says the ban, a world-first policy popular with many parents, is aimed at protecting them from harmful content and other risks such as cyberbullying and grooming. Here's my question to you. What is your opinion on this? Children under the age of 16 will no longer be able to have social media accounts in Australia. It's a world first. What is your opinion? Do you think something like this should be implemented here in South Africa? Is this a law, a rule that you support? 060-904-1056. That's 060-904-1056. And you heard it in the news bulletin. From the 10th of December, children under the age of 16 will no longer be allowed to have social media accounts. The Australian government says the ban, which is a world first policy popular with many parents, is aimed at protecting them from harmful content and other risks such as cyberbullying and grooming. What is your opinion? 060-904-1056. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think it's a rule, a law that should be implemented here in South Africa as well? Najmira Kasim, our resident onderwijzer. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah. Good.
What's your thoughts on this one here? From the 10th of December, Australia has sent a message to all of these various different social media sites saying to them, you will disconnect any social media account of any person under the age of 16.
Well, if you're under the age of 16, I don't see why you need to have access to social media. We generally use social media to communicate with the world.
Yeah.
You communicate with those in your classroom. When I was under 16, I did that.
Right.
If you need to speak to your parents, etc., you should have their numbers. You should be able to dial them up. So, look, in the world that we live in, I think it's fair. There are a lot of scary things that happen. Doesn't happen to everybody. There are those that use social media responsibly.
Yeah.
But it has to be a blanket rule, right?
There you go.
So I think it's a good thing.
There you go. Send us your messages on 0609041056. It's coming up for 9 minutes after 6 this morning.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is Sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
This Surah Yasin is brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg's leading spice and specialty retail store.
This dua for traveling is brought to you by
Big 5 Accident Repair Center, Durban's leading insurance and manufacturer approved motor body repairer. Big 5 Accident Repair Center will get you back on the road fast.
Listen carefully. I showed it about to start. The Breakfast Rush with Nishal Tarawan.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. الله أكبر سبحان الذي سخر لنا هذا وما كنا له مقرنين وإنا إلى ربنا لمنقلبون اللهم إنا نسألك في سفرنا هذا البر والتقوى ومن العمل ما ترضى اللهم هون علينا سفرنا هذا واطوي عنا بعده اللهم أنت الصاحب في السفر والخليفة في الأهل اللهم إني أعوذ بك من وعثاء السفر وكآبة المنظر وسوء المنقلب في المال والأهل والولد.
You are listening to the Breakfast Rush.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم 2 فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون
صدق الله العظيم.
You are listening to the Breakfast Rush.
اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام You are the greatest man we look up to, and I stay faithful. I learn my lessons all through you, the final prophet. He led the way, so we stay true. I give my all and everything. Allahumma salli ala al-Mustafa Habibna Muhammad alayhi salam. 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 He was respected, the most trustworthy of us all. We can never match him, but we try our best and give our all. I give my all and everything. Allahumma salli ala al-Mustafa Habibna Muhammad alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Mustafa Habibna Muhammad alayhi salam.
This dua for traveling is brought to you by
Big 5 Accident Repair Center, Durban's leading insurance and manufacturer approved motor body repairer. Big 5 Accident Repair Center will get you back on the road fast.
This Surah Yasin was brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your day.
There's something cooking at Murchison Spice, and its name is Elite Basmati Rice, available throughout the Middle East and now available in South Africa. Brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. Available in Golden Cellar and Premium White, high in vitamins and low in calories. Perfect for the health conscious. Contact Murchison Spice on 033 387 2121. That's 033 387 2121. Murchison Spice. Taste the East.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is Sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
Almost 1 in 5 South African children attend school each day without having eaten breakfast. This seriously affects their ability to concentrate and understand lessons. The Al-Imdad Foundation's Make Breakfast Possible campaign allows learners to enjoy a high-energy cereal at the start of the school day. Help children to focus on learning and not hunger. Let's make breakfast possible today. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Award-nominated Breakfast Rush with Nishal Sarawat.
You guys make our day with a ray of hope. You guys always rocked. I've been inspired. You guys are totally awesome. There's no words that can describe how awesome you guys are.
I will always say TBR is the best. TBR brings joy into my home.
Thank you, TBR. Brilliant. Just keep up the great work. Let's hope management gives you guys a big increase.
Monday to Friday, 6 till 8 a.m.
Inspiration for the Ummah, your morning nasiha.
And Imam al-Ghazali at that point realized that he had to set out on this journey. So he puts his family in a situation where they were taken care of. He had daughters. His only son died, Hamid. And his wife was taken care of. And he said he was going to go on Hajj. And he set out. And he spends 10 years of his life pretty much just traveling in the Muslim world and not telling people who he was and living in a total state of abasement. His livelihood was done by copying books out. He used to copy books and sell them. And he actually became a janitor. He became a janitor at the Umayyad Mosque in Damascus. So he used to sweep the mosque, and then he was given a room there, and he used the room as a khalwa, but literally nobody knew who he was. They were teaching his books in the mosque. And he actually mentioned, he came upon places where they were teaching his book. He was once in a madrasa, and one of the teachers was saying, well, like the great Sheikh Abu Hamid al-Ghazali said, and he said he had to leave because he feared the ujub coming into his heart. Just really amazing person. For 10 years, that's what he did. There's actually, at one point, there was a group of ulama sitting, and this man came up and he asked a question, and Imam al-Ghazali was literally sweeping nearby, and he heard this man ask this question, and none of the ulama could answer. So Imam al-Ghazali saw this man, and he was worried that he wasn't getting the guidance that he needed. So he went up to the man and he told him, the answer to your question is this. And the man looked at me, started laughing, and he said, all those ulama couldn't answer me, and you think I would believe you? You're just a janitor. And somebody from the thing called him over, and he said, well, what are you going on about? And he said that the answer to the question was such and such. And all these men were amazed at that. And he said he had to leave. He left at that point again, because he just didn't want anybody to know who he was. And that was his state.
TBR, it is 30 minutes after 6. It's 6:30, Uncle. Image, get out the bed. Yeah, too soon. Hey, it's 6:30. Assalamu alaikum. If you've just tuned in, just jumped into the car, just put your seatbelt on, lock the door, started up the engine, just look left, right, left again before you go, because there might be somebody who's not paying attention. Mine might be somewhere else. Could be the stress of the day, which has only just begun, but maybe not just paying so much of attention, or just one of those regular people that break the rules because they want to. Either way, you be that person that's keeping your eyes peeled, so to speak, as you drive this morning. We'll get your first traffic update with Superintendent Raouf in a moment, and of course get you into your Thursday. Can you believe, Naz, it's Thursday?
I can. It's been, I don't know, It's been a hectic period.
Yeah.
So I can. In fact, if it was the last day of December today, I'd believe you. That's how heavy it's been.
Oh, that calendar is just rolling on and on and on like the traffic.
Breakfast rush traffic.
Superintendent Raouf, assalamu alaikum. Welcome.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah. How are you doing this morning?
Alhamdulillah. You know, before I give you the topic,
Gee.
when you went to school, they taught you how to look left, right, and left again.
Yes.
Now you got to look up and down as well.
Yeah, you gotta look up and down because there's always some tiny little auntie in this massive car
And
that's
also the
driving
big,
above.
also the big potholes.
Yeah.
No. I saw something, right? And I wasn't going to talk about this, but because you brought it up, right? So there's this councillor on the South Coast.
Okay.
Way down the
Always
South
blame me.
Coast, right? Not because you brought it up. There's this councillor way down the South Coast, posted a picture just a couple of days ago from outside the driver testing center.
Yeah.
So a learner vehicle with an inspector in it going for a test. And because it's a still image, massive potholes all around the vehicle.
Yeah.
So the thing is, so down the South Coast, they're training you to drive with the potholes in, around, and over.
You have to.
Which is good because when you get your driver's license, instead of getting EB, you get a PEB.
Let's leave all of that alone now. What's happening on the road, Sue?
All right, you got a vehicle lost its tire on the N2 going towards, as you come from Belito, going towards the Crocodile Creek area. Cars on the fast lane, so just be aware of that, please. Now, I'm looking at pictures coming through. The road is wet in that vicinity. It is raining, so please, extra caution. If you're traveling on the N3 and some parts of the N2 this morning, you got misty conditions with fog as well. Please maintain a safe following distance and reduce your speed whilst you're out there. Now, we had a big accident earlier on this morning where the N2 was closed. It's subsequently been opened, the N2 northbound before Spaghetti. There was a huge spillage here as well. The roadway is now open. But what's happening is the spillage crew is still there, busy on the scene, and the recovery is completed. But what's happening is traffic is so slow moving because it had built up already over a period of time while the road was closed. Accident approximately 8 kilometers south of Pongola. So just be aware of that. There's two vehicles involved with that one. It's on the N2. N3 going towards Petermaritzburg just before the Bergville ramp. Now that's past Petermaritzburg. Okay, coming towards Petermaritzburg. Accident happened a couple of minutes ago. A small truck and a taxi. The taxi is currently gone to the center median. So just be aware of that. Traffic is going to be slow moving in that vicinity. N3 westbound, bottom of Cliffdale. Now it's a trees area, honestly. You've got a vehicle broken down, looks like on a fast lane. There's people standing around it. So you can get past it, but watch out for the pedestrians. They're standing all over the freeway. That's your first update.
Right, a quick question that we'd put on to listeners this morning, much earlier this morning. It's related to a news story that's coming out of Australia at the moment. So from the 10th of December, children under the age of 16 will no longer be allowed to have social media accounts. The Australian government says the ban, a world first policy popular with many parents, is aimed at protecting them from harmful content and other risks such as cyberbullying and grooming and all of that. So the question that I'm asking to everybody, including you this morning, Sue, is do you agree and do you think we should be implementing this type of law here in South Africa where children under the age of 16 will no longer be allowed to have social media accounts? What are your thoughts?
You know, cyberbullying and other things on social media is one of the issues. My biggest problem with this here is, if you look at the kids of today, 90% of them are wearing glasses. So the cell phone screen buggers your eyes up. And personally, I don't think anybody under the age of 18 should have it.
Yeah, if you're not allowed to drive, have a driver's license, why you got a surfing license? Like an internet surfing license.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. We'll catch up with you in a while on the show.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa
Wa
alaikum
alaikum
salam.
salam.
So we're asking for your answers to that question as well. Do you think South Africa should implement a law similar to that, where anybody under the age of 16 is not allowed to have a social media account? So by law,
I think,
what do you think?
if you need to interact with somebody, if it's
Mhm.
an absolute essential,
Mhm.
because we live in a time where a lot of the work is accessible through social media. So, like at schools, for example, we teach children how to send emails. And emails for me is a type of communication with another person.
It is.
So, there's other ways, and people do this. You can communicate. I used to do it back in the day. If I want to send Dadi a message, I use my mother's phone. Dadi, I need biryani today, please. So, use your parents' phone. It's supervised. They know who you're saying things to. They know what you're saying.
Correct. Zuleika is agreeing. She says, 100% absolutely. I agree on the restriction of certain social media for people under the age of 16. Let's see who's this on talking about social media. On social media, Shola Naika says, agree 100%. Nadia's signs agreeing with that. Imad is saying, yes, I agree. Emphatically, apparently. Your thoughts, your ideas, your comments on this one here, 0609041056. Would love to hear your thoughts on it. As I see messages coming through from this morning, you've got lots of pictures of a little one, Fatima Zara, with loads of trophies and all of that.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Beautiful to see. And that smile is everything.
Beautiful. Congratulations on all of your awards and that. But Sarah Bibi Mustafa saying, yes, Inaid Bai is right. Take his advice. Everybody should listen to him. Yeah, there you go.
And then Hajra Habib says, I absolutely will love that law to be implemented in South Africa. Will definitely make a huge difference for sure. Kids as small as 7 years old have their own phones, and God knows what they can access.
Everything. If it's on the internet, if it's got an internet connection and they have the knowledge, or sometimes they access it by mistake. It happens as well. Fauzi in Peter Marsberg, Assalamu alaikum, says agree without a doubt. Farooq, 100% agreed. Fazila, look, I got the feeling that everybody's gonna agree with this one here, but I'd love to hear the thoughts of somebody who does not agree. I'd love to hear those thoughts. Fazila Kaji, 100%, she agrees. Assalamu alaikum, Razia Kader. There you go. 0609041056. The Arabian Queen says, sad how phones have changed our lives.
Yeah.
I like that you spoke about that. How have phones changed our lives? Think about it. Over the years, technology within your phone has developed. It's evolved. I remember my dad, when I was in primary school, my uncles and what have you, had this Motorola that looked like a half brick. It was thick, it was long, and it had an aerial that came out the top and a little gadget that flipped out the bottom. So you could talk, like the mic was inside there.
Okay.
Yeah. So and it was if you got hit with that, you'd stay hurt for
hospitalization
for a little while. And then technology has evolved to the point where now, like for me, there's a lot of fingerprints on there, sorry. But there's the phone, and if you open it, big screen TV.
Lovely.
It's a tablet, because now it's a phone and then it's a tablet. So technology has gone to that point. How has your phone changed your life? I used to remember phone numbers. Like off the top of my head, I'd remember, hey, Nazmira, I need to phone it. No looking for the number, just dial. I should remember all of those things. Somehow or the other, there was an internal clock. There still is. It wakes me up at 3 o'clock every day. That you kind of knew what you were doing time-wise. Now everything's here. Your emails, your calendar, your calculator. You can't do basic. You can't even speak basically. You can't do basic math. So how has the phone changed your life and your existence? It's 6:42. Cookie Samu. Hello, welcome. Aslam, I see you there as well, brother. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program. There's no name on this one here, but it says
Assalamu alaikum.
There you go. Tell us your name and then we can greet you back.
Salam's wishing my brother Jamil a very happy birthday for today. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him always from his beloved sister Rashida and the rest of the family in Savannah Park.
I can't do it. I can't read that. I'm going to laugh again.
Salams.
Yeah.
What's the plans, Nishal, for the souk? I'm sad. Nobody takes tin fish biryani to the beach anymore.
Where did that come from? Where?
But
nobody spoke about tin fish biryani.
Dude, I know of tin fish sandwiches. To
Junaid.
Tin fish biryani?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I have no idea where that came from. Prav, how you doing? Good to see you there. Nish, gonna sook the souk for biryani. I know exactly already, my brother. I know exactly already where I'm getting my biryani from at the souk on the 2 Fridays.
Nishal's already salivating. He's been going on about
Check
this
this
biryani for the longest time.
Check this out, right? Recently, there was a Instagram post that was put out by Al Ansar Events that says, souk is sold out.
Oh, wow. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. The souk is sold out. So me, being the inquisitive that I am, took a walk over there to get some info.
Okay.
Like, who's going to be there? You already sold out. You can tell me. So I got the info, and I know who's going to be there. And I kind of know what it's like, what it's going to look like as well. Now the only thing I need to do is figure out what it's going to taste like, and I can only do it on the day over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't tell us. He gets the tea and he drinks it himself.
Exactly.
Terrible, I tell
you. If
you.
you want it, you got to come to the event and check it out for yourself. So, Junaid saying nobody makes tin fish biryani and takes it to the beach anymore. Only biryani in my head, just because I'm lucky in the hair. Anyway, Imran says, hey, tin fish akni.
I haven't eaten tin fish acne.
Cell phones and social media has become a double-edged sword. Imran.
True.
You know, I've heard somebody say this. It's all in your intention. It's there within your intention. So what is your intention? For me, social media, obviously, I try to keep it as positive as possible, as often as possible. Use it for marketing. Use it for interacting with like-minded individuals, you know. And then, like this morning, we're doing the show on Facebook, on YouTube, on my TikTok, all of it. So it's used for those purposes. You know, every now and then, because somebody said this to me recently, says, Charles, you don't post your wife and children. I do.
Yeah.
But I post them when I want to. Not
It's
every day like you want
very
me to. No,
rarely.
not going to happen.
I would think for me, the big question would be, and the answer differs person to person.
Yeah.
Does social media make you antisocial?
You must clean the fish. Hang on for a second here. It says, Nishal, my dear Naz, yes, beautiful white Saldana tin fish. You make biryani. It's very tasty. You must clean the fish. Yes, tin fish akni.
Takes me back to a particular video
Tin
that
fish
was trending
samosa.
once upon a time. Do you remember?
No.
Clean the fish, don't clean the fish. Don't remember?
Oh, gosh. Oh, yes. Moving along. Superintendent Raous's tin fish samosas. Leave the tin fish biryani. No one takes my favorite to the beach anymore. Tin fish sandwiches. Ibrahim, make them and take them, brother.
I think Brother Ibrahim is going to the wrong beach.
Make them and you must stop going to Shlonga, Ibrahim. You must come down to North Beach.
Yeah. Hope you're well.
You might not be able to swim there, but come to North Beach.
Eat your sandwich and go home. Or worst case scenario, there's a pool.
Yeah. Mohammed Balam, 18 today. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Hope you have an absolutely blessed one. Loads of du'as from mum, dad, Umair and
Murdia.
There you go. I am happy for the soak. I don't like the beach. It's better at the soak. Yeah,
There
we're
you
happy
go.
to have you there.
Alhamdulillah, we'll see you
We're
there.
happy to have you there.
Assalamu alaikum. It's Lutfia. Nishal.
Yeah.
Weather,
Do
please.
you know this Auntie Lutfia? Sraslia. Lutfia is, and I can say this because I know her and I've met her, and she, like, you know, we got this understanding. She's my reminder in the morning.
Jazakallah,
Durban,
Lutfia.
cloudy, 23. Lutfia, it might be raining between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Might be. There's a 42% chance of that. So cloudy 23 for Durban. Pietermaritzburg, cloudy 23. Pietermaritzburg expecting rain around about 11 or so today, according to the app anyway. You've got Margate, partly cloudy 22. Richards Bay, cloudy 24. Ladysmith, cloudy 26. Johannesburg, cloudy 22. And Cape Town, partly cloudy 30. Now that we've got you hungry enough to want to go and eat breakfast all over again, we'll take a little break. Aslam says, I'm coming to chow biryani with you at the souk, Nish. You're most welcome as long as you're paying for it.
There you go. I'll be there too for the
Yep.
potato and the rice.
Oh, yeah, listen, guys, if you're listening in right now, if you ever consider buying Nazmira Kasim like a meal at the souk or something, right? Here's my advice to you. Buy vegetable. Honestly, I'm not even joking, you guys. Buy her vegetable. You'll be her bestest friend ever because she doesn't have her own teeth in her mouth anymore. She can't eat
Liar.
meat. Hey, that's it. We'll come back with news on the other side of this.
Courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
Color your world with Color Trade Paints. Color Trade Paints, stockers of interior and exterior coatings. We got you covered with our wide range of roof colors and are stockers of industrial floor coatings. A Color Trade innovation, the 4-in-1 primer must always be your first choice. Magic Cover PVA, 99 Rand per 5 liters. Peach, cream or white. Restore your driveway with high durability jet black tar coat, 690 Rands per 20 liters. Get to a Color Trade Paint store near you or visit our e-store. Call 086-126-8888 for free delivery. Make the right paint choice. Always ensure color before trade. Buy Color Trade Paints.
Every parent wants the best for their baby, but it shouldn't break the bank. At FlowPath, your baby's lab tests cost up to 30% less on medical aid. Quality care, affordable for every family. FlowPath Laboratories, for moms, dads, and little ones.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سوى لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سوى ربنا رب القلوب وهو علام الغيوب في الشروق وفي الغروب نوره يهدي العصا ربنا رب القلوب وهو علام الغيوب في الشروق وفي الغروب نوره يهدي العصا ربنا الهادي الودود فضله ملء الوجود عفوه خير وجود فارتجي دوما رضا ربنا الهادي الودود فضله ملء الوجود عفوه خير وجود فارتجي دوما رضا فارتجي دوما رضا إلا الله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه ربنا الحي الرقيب يقبل العبد المنيب فهو رحمن مجيب للدعاء ومن دعاه ربنا الحي الرقيب يقبل العبد المنيب فهو رحمن مجيب للدعاء ومن دعاه ربنا الهادي الودود فضله ملء الوجود عفوه خير وجود فارتجي دوما رضا ربنا الهادي الودود فضله ملء الوجود عفوه خير وجود فارتجي دوما رضا فارتجي دوما رضا إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه
TBR, where you wanna be when you grow up.
Medina, 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 Medina.
मुझको भी चलो शहे अबरा की तरह मदीना मदीना है इतनी शदीद तो है इतनी शदीद तो मदीना सांस से आती है सदा मदीना हर सांस से आती है सदा मदीना आका मेरे आका मुझे तैबा में बुला लो आका मुझे तैबा में बुला लो आका मुझे तैबा मैं बुला लो सोने नहीं देती है सोने नहीं देती है तमन्ना मदीना सांस से आती है सदा मदीना मदीना मदीना.
Some of you singing along with words, hey? Medina, Medina. It is Rao Hassan Ali Asad, who's doing the vocal work on this one here. We've got a minute or so to go to news. So really quickly, just catch up with the register because of the teacher sitting here. Wahida, Assalamu alaikum. Wishing a husband Abu Bakr a safe trip to Newcastle. Have you ever driven to Newcastle?
No, but there are plans.
Yeah, I have. It's a lovely drive. It's an absolutely lovely drive.
You mentioned I got to take a couple of blankets too, but if
Well,
that's
only
lovely.
in winter. Only in winter do you have to take a couple of blankets off your own and go to Newcastle, just in case. Brian Abrahams, assalamu alaikum to you. Ismail Khan, Sean Mushina, hope you both have an absolutely beautiful day.
And Ashraf says rather, Assalamu alaikum. I think it's a good concept. Under 16 should focus on studies and it is safeguarding them too. Here in SA, I think cell phones should be banned during working times. Go into most places and see queues. Staff are preoccupied on phones. Have a Mubarak day.
Look, if you're working in the service industry, including if you're servicing people across a counter, then yes, your phone should be kept away, whatever the case may be. But other vocations require the use of your cell phone during working hours because you got your work groups in your WhatsApp and messages are being sent back and forth between departments and offices and what have you. On those groups, people are keeping themselves updated, the teams updated, etc. So it's dependent on the type of employment you have. Please wish my brother-in-law Jamil a very blessed birthday from Newcastle. This is Hasina Dunn. Hope he has a great day.
Farida Ibrahim says, blessings for a lovely day to everybody. And Fazila Kaji says, wishing my dad, Sarah Lee, a very, very, very happy birthday for today. 88 years old, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair for being there for us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you a healthy life from your children, grandchildren, and hey, not forgetting your great-grandchildren.
Indeed. Assalamu alaikum to the team. I'm safe in my bed, bro. MH, really?
It was the last message that I can't read for me.
Too soon. There we go. Shanaz, assalamu alaikum to you. Ibrahim, Millie rice and dried fish chutney. Not early in the morning, Baji. Not.
You need to go brush your teeth after that.
Yeah.
By the way, there's somebody that sent a message that says that they love your name.
My name. Yeah. A lot of people still get my name wrong.
This person got it right.
There's an N, firstly. Yeah, I know. Thank you very much for that. There's an N that starts it off.
Yeah.
Not an M or a V.
A
V?
V?
Yeah. There's tons of people that call me Vishal. And I'm like, that's a whole other human being. That's somebody else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Thank you. Anisa, to the team, banning the cell phones for kids is a great idea. In this day and age, there's no basic literacy learning. Some kids can't read or write properly at high school level. Anisa, true story.
Yeah, it's
true
proven.
story. Sarah, we see all of your messages. MH says, why are you not reading this? I think there's a lot behind it. They don't want our kids to know about Israel and Zionists, allies, world bullying, and genocide activities. Look, there's other ways for children to get the information.
So, as an educator, I can say that that is taught in certain schools in history.
In your history lessons. It's just a moment after 7. Let's get you your main news bulletin.
The Breakfast Rush Main News Bulletin.
Making news at 7, Umgeni Local Municipality Mayor Chris Pappas is calling for an overhaul of the funding model for municipalities, stating that it's depriving them of key resources when they have to carry the bulk of government work. Good morning, I'm Tabila Duma. Umgeni Local Municipality Mayor Chris Pappas is calling for an overhaul of the funding model for municipalities, stating that it's depriving them of key resources when they have to carry the bulk of government work. Pappas said the current review of the white paper on local government being discussed and led by the Department of Cooperative Governance is unlikely to ease the challenges faced by municipalities. The review process of the white paper will examine the funding model of municipalities and could lead to the closure of municipalities that are failing to provide services. He explained that as a result of the funding challenges, municipalities are hampered on several fronts. They are battling to deliver the services required because of a lack of funds and cannot hire very best talent to help them develop. The eThekwini municipality has completed upgrades to the Ntuzuma Reservoir 2 pump station north of Durban yesterday. The pump station was destroyed by a fire in April 2023, with an estimated 56 million rands allocated towards the upgrade of the entire pump station. The upgrades are expected to improve the supply of water to residents of Inanda, Ntuzuma and Kwamanshu and surrounding areas. eThekwini Mayor Councillor Cyril Kaba stated that the pump station was not operating at full capacity as the pumps had reached their design life, which was further exacerbated by a fire in 2023. He said that emergency repairs were undertaken to restore functionality to a small section, while the functional upgrade of the entire facility was underway. The station has 15 pumps and standby pumps to assist in any case of any challenge. It includes a technology to be able to identify faults before they cause challenges. In national news, the matter against alleged crime kingpin Katiso Katie Molefe and his co-accused has been moved to the South Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg. Molefe, aged 61, appeared in the Alexandra Magistrates Court yesterday alongside his co-accused Michael Buletau, aged 55, Tiago Floyd Mabisela, aged 45, and Musa Kekane, where they are facing 35 charges, including murder, conspiracy to commit murder, unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition, and other serious offences. The state alleges that Molefe orchestrated the murder of Opa Sefoke, popularly known as DJ Somebody, who was gunned down on the 20th of November in 2022. According to the state, forensic evidence links the high-caliber rifles used in DJ Somebody's murder to several other high-profile killings, including Hector Buthelezi, Don Tindelani, and Armand Swart. The matter has been postponed to the 5th of February next year. The bodies of 2 residents have been recovered in New Hanover and KwaZulu-Natal after they were swept away during last week's devastating floods. Recovery efforts have continued for more than a week since parts of the Midlands were hit by extreme weather conditions. Authorities had said that more than a dozen homes were destroyed by the floods. The body of one other victim was retrieved from the debris in the aftermath of the storm. KZN Transport and Human Settlements spokesperson Dabizintle Sbiya said Mrs. Boniso Duma received the latest reports on the recovery efforts yesterday, with all residents now accounted for. Sbiya said that the displaced families are being assisted. And finally, civilian representatives from Lebanon and Israel joined a session of the US-chaired Ceasefire Monitoring Committee in Nakura, marking the first direct talks between the two countries in more than 4 decades. Lebanese Prime Minister Nawaf Salam said yesterday that Beirut is prepared to engage in negotiations extending beyond security measures, but underlined that they are not peace talks and normalization is tied to a peace process. Salam said these negotiations are aimed at solely at the cessation of hostilities, the release of Lebanese hostages, and the complete Israeli withdrawal from Lebanese territory. Salam said Lebanon remained committed to the 2002 Arab Peace Initiative, which offers a full normalization of relations with Israel in return for its complete withdrawal from the territory that it occupied in 1967, and has no intention of concluding a separate deal with Israel. Taking a look at financial indicators, the rand to the US dollar is trading at 17 rands and 6 cents, to the euro at 19 rands and 89 cents, to the pound at 22 rands and 72 cents. The Saudi Riyal is at 4 rands and 55 cents. Gold is trading at $4,197.03 an ounce, while Brent crude oil is trading at $62.88 a barrel. That's it for now. I will be back with your headlines at 7:30 for Radio Al-Ansar News. I'm Tabile Duma.
Thank you very much, Tabile Duma. It is now 8 minutes after 7.
This traffic update is brought to you by Sham Panel Beaters, 140 Felix Dlamini Drive, Overport.
Breakfast rush traffic.
It's your second update for this morning. Assalamu alaikum. Soup, welcome back.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, it's raining where I am. N2 is raining currently, going northbound. Misty conditions as well. Once we get past Tonga, visibility gets poor. So please, guys, slow down. Just make sure that you drive carefully while you're on the road this morning. Very slippery conditions as well. So if you're traveling towards Durban bound from Peter Marisburg and Alex in PMB, you got an accident involving 2 vehicles. So there will be delays in that vicinity. One we spoke about on the NT westbound Cliff Plate is still there. So there's delays in that vicinity as well. Route 102, as you're coming from the Palm View traffic lights towards Canobia, traffic is backed up due to a pedestrian accident. There's going to be delays in that vicinity as well. Now, the big one for the morning, you got an abnormal low that's getting ready to leave the N3 southbound at Cater Ridge, coming towards Durban. Now, there is a police escort. It should not be doing it during peak. I'm actually going to go and tell them now it shouldn't be doing it during peak, because it's going to hold up the entire freeway, traveling at 25, 30 km per hour. It's going to the construction site there in Pinetown, where the freeway is being constructed. So can you imagine what the traffic is going to be like from Cater Ridge all the way to Pinetown? We're going to speak to them now to try and delay it for after peak. If you're traveling up towards Marisburg this morning, misty conditions as well, please just slow down and drive safely. If you're going down the south coast, the same thing, rain and misty conditions. Roads are wet, so it's slippery. Just be aware of that. Traffic building up on the N3 coming to Durban between Manning Hill Toll Plaza, or from Paradise Rally all the way to Spaghetti Junction. Also, the Toll Plaza is building up as well as you're approaching the toll coming to Durban. The N2 is slow moving between Amstanga and Amstoti, that's southbound, coming to Durban, so allow for extra traveling time. N2 northbound between the M7 and Spaghetti also is congested, so allow for extra traveling time depletion. That's your second update.
Thank you very much. Soup, you take it easy. We'll catch up with you in a bit.
I'm going to cook a nice tin fish curry today with roti.
What time should we arrive?
No. I'm just saying, by the way.
You're saying for a word. Okay.
Just for a word.
Just for a word. No, go away. Assalamu alaikum.
Now he has to make it.
No, exactly. It's 11 after 7. Traffic on the program brought to you by Sham Panel Beaters.
This traffic update is brought to you by Sham Panel Beaters, 140 Felix Dlamini Drive, Overport.
Is your car in need of repairs or some TLC?
At Sham Panel Beaters, we take pride in providing top-notch service for over 40 years.
Conveniently located at 140 Felix Lamini Road, Overport, Durban, we specialize in repairs for both insurance claims and cash jobs.
Enjoy a free diagnostic test, polish, mini valet with every guaranteed repair.
We treat your pride and joy as our own and are approved by all major insurance companies and brokers.
Sham Panel Beaters is also an AA and RMI accredited repairer.
Trust us with your vehicle today.
TBR it is, 11 after 7. We've got an interesting interview coming your way in just a moment. Tebogo Mashlompane expected on the program, representing Freedom of South Africa Association with the acronym FOSA. South Africa continues to grapple with alarming levels of violent crime, and the latest statistics released by Police Minister Kachalia paint a very deeply troubling picture. So, FOSA is calling for the death penalty to be reinstated. I want to know how you feel about that. The death penalty being reinstated. So we've got the national leader of Forum for South Africa on the program after this.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willowton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
Durban, mornings are fast and furious, but when life throws a curveball like a fender bender, don't stress. From minor scratches to major smashes, Big 5 Accident Repair Center gets you back on the road. Fast, flawless, fuss-free. Expert repairs, precision workmanship, the best service in town. We turn accidents into afterthoughts. If your car's been in a smash and you don't want to waste your cash, remember the name, Big 5 Accident Repair Center. Your one-stop, 5-star panel shop with a difference.
Africa. For too many communities across Africa and the world, access to clean water remains a dream. At Africa Muslims Agency, we dig deep, reaching into the heart of the earth to fill the cups of those in need. Sponsor a water well for 16,500 Rand, or a borehole in Afghanistan for 55,000 Rand, or Africa for 65,000 Rand, or any amount. With water comes food, health, education, and growth. An ongoing reward with Africa Muslims Agency.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willowton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
It's 14 minutes after 7. South Africa continues to grapple with alarming levels of violent crime. And the latest statistics released by Police Minister Kachalia paint a deeply troubling picture. 64 people murdered every single day. In the midst of this crisis, the Freedom of South Africa Association, FOSA, has renewed its call for one of the most controversial proposals in our democracy, the reintroduction of the death penalty for deliberate and intentional murder. FOSA argues that the right to life as guaranteed in Section 11 of the Constitution is being violated daily, and that the current criminal justice system is failing to deter violent offenders. So, joining us on the program this morning, the national leader of the Forum for South Africa, Tebogo Mashlompane. Good morning to you and welcome to the Breakfast Rush.
No, good morning to you and to the listeners. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. Let's delve straight into the subject this morning. You've repeated your call for the reintroduction of the death penalty. Tell us, what prompted this renewed urgency?
Yeah. No, in June, there was this parliament consultation where they talk about amendment of the Constitution. We did make a submission as FOSA with regard to issues of crime, because crime has been worrying us throughout, to say that people have been killed daily and so forth, even if we did not have the exact number. But we knew that the number is very high. Everybody knows that that number is high. Even now, to say 64 people per day, we are also skeptical about it because we believe it's more. And then, but after having submitted that, we waited. We are waiting for the parliamentarians to debate the issue, if indeed they will be given opportunity to debate it. And last Friday, the minister came up with a stat to say 64 people are murdered daily in the country. And what shocks us is that we don't see the president fuming or frowning upon such particular stats. How do you sit back and relax when 64 people are murdered daily? And these are the numbers that we know.
Mm-hmm.
We are not talking about the ones that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a very serious problem. So we are simply saying as FOSA, reinstate death penalty, because Section 11 is very clear that everyone has a right to life. But now, what happens to individuals or people who violate the rights of others? We cannot rely on a life sentence of 25 years, which the person will not even serve 25 years before they'll even get the parole. Some are not even going to serve anything. And then they'll be out and because of all this negligence and stuff. So we are simply saying, in order to deter people, in order to reduce this number, or even stop it completely, introduce death penalty.
In your view, where is the justice system currently failing? How is it failing South Africans?
Justice system is failing. We all know it's captured. We know that corruption is taking place there. And then two, the Constitution also makes it very difficult for those serious judges who sentencing people, because they have been given a certain limit in terms of the judgment. So obviously that on its own is a problem. That is why we are simply saying you need to get rid of these people, because giving somebody a life sentence, even 2 or 3, but the judgment says they will run concurrently, it does not make sense. You get 3 life sentences, 25 years each, but you run them concurrently. To us, it's like it's a one life sentence. It doesn't matter whether you mention the other life sentences. As long as they run concurrently, it doesn't help us. But if you are saying 3 life sentences, 25, 25, 25, after you finish your first 25, you run the other 25. After you finish this one, you run the other one. Then that's a 3 life sentences. But if it's concurrent, it's not. So obviously, the Constitution is failing us when it comes to such particular aspects.
Let's look at this statement for a minute. Fosa is arguing that the death penalty itself is not about revenge, but about justice and deterrence. Can you briefly unpack that perspective for us, please?
Yeah, because what happens is, as I'm saying, Section 11 guarantees all of us the right to life. And it is our belief that nobody should take the life of another person. Once the person takes the life of the other, that person must also be terminated, so that we can deter others from doing the very same thing. Because the reason people are continuing to kill people in the rate that they're killing people at this rate, it shows that there's no accountability. People are not scared. There's nothing scaring them. Even though during the apartheid they were just murdering people left and right, wrongfully so, it deterred individuals from committing any crime, because they knew that something's going to happen. But you're not promoting the apartheid approach here, but you're simply saying it played a major role in deterring people from committing crime. So we are simply saying Botswana is our benchmark. It's practicing that. The rate of murder is very low in Botswana. So why can't we relate ourselves to Botswana and do what Botswana is doing, so that we can deter people from doing what they're doing? And that is why we are saying we are not revenging when they say people must be terminated. We are simply saying receive the very same medication that you are giving others. You can't go to the doctor and the doctor give you a poisonous medicine and say, no, drink this one, is for flu, knowing exactly that it's not for flu. You must simply say, doctor, test it yourself. If the doctor does not want to test it, you don't take it. So, but in this case, you are giving somebody medication and they say, hey, it's a very dangerous one, but drink it, knowing exactly that it's very dangerous. So this is what is currently happening in the country. Murderers are doing as they please, knowing exactly that the accountability is going to be very, very less. They are going to be given opportunity to rehabilitate. And I can tell you for free, we engaged with spiritual workers in the prisons. They are telling us that there is no such a step of rehabilitation that we see on TV. People are not rehabilitated. There are prisons where people are doing nothing from morning until late. They are not in programs, and some not because they don't want, because prisons don't have such particular programs.
So, South Africa's constitution currently prohibits capital punishment. What constitutional amendments would you like to see, and how realistic is that in the current political climate?
Yeah, in our first approach, we raised two things. We said the parliament must debate this thing so that the constitution can change. And secondly, we are saying, if nobody wants to change the constitution, can't we have a referendum on this matter where the society will vote yes or no? Do we want capital punishment to come back? Yes or no? If the majority says no, then we don't want it. If the majority says yes, then we want it. Because this parliamentary consultation, to be honest, they are not effective, they are not publicized, they are not known. They are only known to few people. You'll only hear about it when the closing date is near. And then also to the few people, not everybody knows about the parliamentary consultation because they don't market such. So referendum must be the option if the constitution's amendment fails. Then let's go for referendum.
As a final question this morning, FOSA says it stands with victims and their families. What are you hearing from communities who have been affected by violent crime?
What we hear is pain. Some families are losing breadwinners, like the case currently that is taking place in Dredge Magistrate Court, where a man bent some few women with acid, and then that was attempted murder. The other one is still in ICU. We've engaged with such particular family. They are worried. They are in pain. The younger sister was crying when she was talking to us, and say, "But how can somebody do this thing?" And the man is out on bail this week. He's out, and then the family say, "But look, he's out. But my sister is in ICU. She's fighting for her own life." This shows you how our laws are. How people are not scared of our laws. So many families are crying because some children are also dying. Imagine somebody raping a 2-year-old and even murdering that particular child. I mean, what type of a human being is that one? There's no human being there. So let's get rid of that person because it's not a human being. It's not an animal. We don't know how we can describe such particular individual. So there's pain among people. There's fear. Even ourselves, we are scared. Even myself, I live in fear. There are certain areas I cannot go because I know there's gangsterism. People can shoot. There's random shootings. So we are scared generally in our communities.
Teboho, I want to thank you for your time this morning and shedding a spotlight on this subject. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Thank you too.
The national leader of the Forum for South Africa, Teboho Mashlumpane, speaking on his organization, just putting forward another call for the reinstatement of the death penalty. And you've been commenting whilst he's been talking as well. Imad saying it should bring the crime rate down. Trisha in Dundee is agreeing with the call as well. Let's go to your WhatsApp messages really quickly. Anissa says, this is the most dynamic thing I've heard, that the death penalty is brought back in our country. Less crime and more justice at last. Rashida is talking about going to the souk for the umbrella ice cream. Fazila says, bring back the death penalty.
And Halima says, Salams, I think prison is actually a holiday resort for criminals. I vote for the death penalty to be brought back. And she says, please.
MH, 3 words, bring it back. There you go. Dr. Khan says, no, come on, guys, not the doctor analogy. We didn't do it. He did. But what are your thoughts? Should the death penalty be reintroduced in our society, in South Africa? Should it be? Yes or no? Send your messages through on 0609041056.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willowton Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
Right now, over 150 million children around the world are orphaned, facing hunger, hardship, and uncertainty. With Islamic Relief's Orphan Sponsorship Program, you can provide a child with access to education, nutritious food, essential healthcare, and a safe home. Your sponsorship is not just support, it's hope, security, and a brighter future. Be the reason an orphan child smiles again. Sponsor an orphan today with Islamic Relief.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willowton Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Your hits, your sound, your station, your TBR. Monday to Friday.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop Durban, Megacity, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Sandton 2.0.
Great devices for the Android fans. Get yourself the Samsung Galaxy A26 5G on the Red Flexi 230. This 229 Rand per month over 36 months, or if you want to get it prepaid, 5,999 Rands. We also give you a free 2-port car charger plus Type-C cable. We also throw in more for you, like the Samsung Galaxy Fit 3 plus the Galaxy Buds Core, all worth over 2,299 Rand, saving you up to 70% with the best of deals. We also have 2 devices we know that you like more. So Samsung Galaxy A06, Red Flexi 230, 289 Rand per month over 36 months. Remember, we're talking 2 devices, or prepaid at 1,999 Rand each. We give you 230 Rand airtime value as well as free 30 gigs once off data. And so you can charge your phone wherever you go. We give you a 2-port car charger plus the Type-C cable. This with 2 SIM cards as well. One has 85 Rand airtime value, the other 230 Rand. So we know it's that time of the year. You're going to get into January. You're going to need a bigger screen. So why not look at the Huawei MatePad SE? It's an 11-inch screen. It's 128 gigabytes on a 15 gigabyte data deal. You get the device with 7.5 gigabytes anytime, 7.5 gigabyte night owl for 199 Rand per month over 36 months, or prepaid at 5,499 Rand. To make the deal sweeter, we give you an HDMI USB hub worth over 600 Rand. There's countless deals available, all saving you such great money. Value deals. Get your gadgets. Get them today.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop Durban, Mega City, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0, Vodacom shop. For smartphones, laptops, routers, asset insurance, gaming, IoT, payment platforms, and the latest gadgets to always keeping you in the forefront of innovation and technology. Home and business internet to ensure that you have the best connection. Plug and play home internet to fully installed fiber. Our infrastructure provides a resilient platform for your critical business applications, which will help your business perform best. Vodacom shop at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Westwood Mall, The Bluff, The Workshop Durban, Umlazi Mega City, Bridge City Kwamashu, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0.
The Breakfast Rush News Headlines.
Making news at the bottom of the hour, municipalities and the freight sector have warned that many KwaZulu-Natal roads are in poor condition, warning that further delays in maintenance could have a devastating impact on the economy, tourism, and public safety. Despite insisting that it had nothing to do with sending 17 men to Russia for bodyguard training, a news agency revealed that the MK party was invoiced for at least one of the men's flights to that country. And finally, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has confirmed speaking with United States President Donald Trump by phone late last month amid a U.S. military buildup that has raised fears of a war. That's it for now. For Radio Alansar News, I'm Tabile Duma.
Thank you very much, Tabile Duma. It's your breakfast rush with the time coming up for 7:34 a.m.
Breakfast Rush Time.
Superintendent Rauf, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back with the final update for the morning.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have a station vehicle in the M2 northbound just after the M7. So there's going to be some delays in the vicinity. Allow for extra traveling time. But the abnormal load is on the road, so that's going to be causing a little bit of problems as you're coming towards the Durban area, towards Pinetown. Traffic will be slow moving from Cato Ridge on the entry incoming to Durban. It is raining, the roads are a bit wet, slippery, so you need to just slow down, please, and just be careful out there this morning while you're driving. Misty conditions in the upper highway area, misty conditions on the north coast as well, also the south coast. So please, headlights on while you're driving. Otherwise, the roads are looking good.
Thank you very much, Sup. Take it easy, be safe, and we'll chat again tomorrow morning. Walaikum salam. Right, messages. You've been interacting with the topic of discussion today. Abdullah, Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Abdullah says, death penalty cannot be brought back in South Africa. Our justice system is corrupt to the core. Thank you for your message, Abdullah. Abbas Sheikh in North Beach says, yes, please, death penalty right now. Fousey, Pietermaritzburg.
Yes, crime will be down. And then Yakub says, death penalty, definitely.
So the vast majority of people that have responded today, if not everybody that's responded today, is saying, yes, please, bring back the death penalty.
There's so many different angles to look at it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we've got the Madlanga Commission going on at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We know of an individual that we still talk about that was murdered when she fought corruption and everything in between. So Abdullah's message really is food for thought. Food for thought.
There you go.
H is missing. Because if we want to implement it, we've got to implement it for every South African citizen.
When you say for every South African citizen, what do you
commits
mean?
a crime. So if the rule applies, it applies to everybody.
But the rule is being asked to be applied for people that deliberately commit murder.
Exactly.
Specifically.
Exactly. I agree with you.
So somebody walking down the road stealing an apple off an apple cart.
Anyone that deliberately commits murder. That's where I'm going. Exactly.
Right.
Regardless of who you are and what your status is, regardless of what your portfolio is.
But, there we go. But Abdullah asks a very pertinent question. He says, imagine how many innocent people will be silenced in this way. There
so true.
are, over decades, many tons, really, numerous cases where people were executed, and then years later, it's been found that that person that was executed for the crime was actually innocent.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, yes.
there's this balancing act that, justice has got to play.
That's true.
But as a lot of people, and as Abdullah has pointed out by saying our justice system is corrupt to the core.
Correct.
So here in South Africa, I'm gonna say this because I say it every year when the time comes. Vote. It's your right to vote.
Absolutely.
And then make an educated decision. Vote. I know a lot of people vote with their heart.
Correct.
Which sometimes sentiment, you got to leave it out. I would always also say, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm going to tell you must vote.
Absolutely.
Because if you want to have a say in a democracy, you must go make your mark.
And then you get the common statement that's made consistently. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a difference. Nothing I say, nothing I do is going to make a difference. Everything is going to continue.
Yeah.
But then,
what if there was just the one vote needed to make the difference, and that one vote could have been you?
That, and also,
what if
you are basically saying that there is a problem and you're not going to do anything to change it? My personal opinion, at least.
There you go. Faiz is saying, Islam's TBR team problem with the death penalty is that South Africa would be executing people almost every day.
It's a true story, but like you said, it could be the innocent as well because of the justice system.
So the balancing act is there. Whether we like it or not just here in South Africa, but globally with countries that have the death penalty, as part of their law. Now, here's an interesting story that I want the cat lady to read.
Okay, so apparently the National Consumer Commission has issued a warning to South African pet owners following the recall of certain batches of dry dog and cat food by RCL Foods. So the recall affects multiple product brands, including Bobtail, Catmore, Canine Cuisine, Optimizer, Ultra Pet, and Super Woof. In total, about 55,352 cases were produced between the 26th and the 29th of May, the 4th and 5th of June, as well as the 17th of June, and distributed nationwide. So RCL Foods, the JSE-listed food producer, identified elevated levels of
She's not going to say that, yeah.
I was going to say deoxygenated because my mind is there.
Yeah.
But
She's not going to say it. She's going to go on.
In specific batches of maize used to manufacture the affected pet food.
Right. If you're a pet owner, take note. Go back, do a little bit of research. And why are you laughing at me, Trisha? Nobody can say that. Nobody can say that word. It's not possible. Even the person that invented that word had a problem saying it's deoxynivalenol.
Yeah.
Right? It sounds like one fellow we went to school with back in the day. But anyway.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
At Checkers, our Steakhouse Classic range is crafted for those who take pride in every braai. Each cut is hand-trimmed by our expert butchers, perfectly matured and vacuum-packed for tenderness that melts in your mouth. From man-sized T-bone steak, beef tomahawk, and classic steak cuts, our butchery brings you over 21 Steakhouse Classic steak cuts to choose from, perfectly prepared. Checkers Saxony Westwood, Butchery, Bakery, and Deli, certified by the NIHT.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Trying to make sure that good mood, happy.
Just makes me feel good.
Makes you feel good?
It's a boost choice.
Makes me feel good just riding around in my car, singing out loud.
Winners wake up with the Breakfast Rush.
मेरे मौला करम हो करम 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 तुझसे फरियाद करते हैं हम तुझसे फरियाद करते हैं हम मेरे मौला करम हो करम 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 मौला मौला मेरे मौला ये ज़मीं और ये आसमां तेरे कब्ज़े में है दो जहां ये ज़मीं और ये आसमां तेरे कब्ज़े में है दो जहां सब पे है तू ही तो मेहरबान हम तेरे दर से जाए कहाँ तू ही सुनता है सबकी सदा तू ही रखता है सबका भरम मेरे मौला करम हो करम 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 मौला मौला मेरे मौला बेकसों को सहारा मिले डूबतों को किनारा मिले बेकसों को सहारा मिले
TBR, it is now, as much as this is a really nice, soothing, calm, collected recording, which is really nice. I mean, Akim Farid did some good work on this one. It's called Mere Mola Karam Ho Karam. If you're looking for it on YouTube, Akim Farid, AQIB Farid, and Mere Mola Karam Ho Karam is the title of it. 7:45, and you know, the show's been quite interesting this morning, where we spoke on different subjects and you've been coming through with your comments and interacting on it as well. Here's an offbeat story, and I'm afraid of your comments. I'm actually struck of your comments on this story, because I know my thoughts on this one here. Yeah, if you're watching the video, you know exactly what happened there. But anyway, I know my thoughts on this one here, and I'm a little bit struck of your thoughts on this particular offbeat story, right? The question right at the top: should you ask your baby for consent before a nappy change?
No, man.
Mondley?
What?
Mondley is far away from a microphone, but I'm sure he's got an opinion on this one. Mondley, should people ask permission, consent from their babies before changing the nappy? Why?
What's your baby gonna say to you?
But listen to this. Experts. See, I'm holding my head. Experts say parents should ask babies for consent before changing or nappy changes, right? Well, here's something you really don't see, you know, in every day in the world of parenting advice. According to a rather head-scratching report from the Daily Mail, some early childhood experts now believe that parents should ask their babies for consent before changing their nappies. Yes, babies, as in those humans that can't talk. You know what I mean? Those that don't pay the rent, occasionally scream at the ceiling fan. the scientists behind this idea insist it's all about teaching body autonomy early. So, who is saying this? Who is saying this? I'll give you a name. Dr. Nicole Downs and Dr. Catherine Busey, both lecturers in early childhood at Deakin University in Australia, argue that parents shouldn't wait until high school life orientation classes to teach kids about appropriate touching. According to their article in The Conversation, as reported in the Daily Mail, consent should be woven into everyday life, including the dreaded brown or code brown moments, Their belief is simple. If children learn from infancy that their bodies are their own, they'll grow up more confident about boundaries. How does one get consent from a baby, right? From a babaki? Now, there's some info here. It says, here's where things get delightfully bizarre. The experts say, announce the nappy change. You've got to get down to their level and say, you need a nappy change. Then pause, apparently, so the baby can process what's happening.
I have no words.
Hang on. Offer options.
What?
Ask if they want to walk, crawl, or be carried to the changing table. Every parent listening to this right now laughed in like, my baby barely knows what day this is, doctor. You must read their facial expressions is number 3. Read their facial expressions since they can't talk. Parents should rely on body language. Number 4, don't distract them. Forget about rattles and toys and singing Baby Shark. No. The experts say children should notice when someone is touching, even during cleaning, because it helps develop awareness, right? You must use real and I'm trying to say this without laughing, without thinking to myself, okay, you're a dad, you had 2 kids, you all of those things. You must use the real times. Now, I can't say this because on this radio station, it gets a little bit sticky, right? So I'm going to skip that one and move along. Number 6, involve them in the process, right? Ask them things like, can you lift your bottom so I can take the nappy out? All of this is meant to plant the seed that little ones have a right to bodily autonomy. This is a principle the researchers believe can help protect them in the long run. This isn't something new, though. Back in 2018, Body Safety Australia's Dean Carson, or Deanne Carson, famously suggested babies should give consent for nappy changes and was widely roasted online. Well, the debate is back and the roasting continues. It's just as confusing as ever. Now, fire away. That means you two.
I don't know what to say. People have time. Research is important.
How?
Yes, research is important. But what? There's a limit. to
How did you
things.
get your doctorate? How?
I just want to know, does Dr. Nicole Downs and Dr. Catherine Busey have children? Do they have children?
I don't know. I don't know if they've got their own kids. I don't know if they've got their nieces
So
and
what
nephews.
do you do? You take your little one home from the hospital.
It's like, come here, darling. I need to change your nappy now.
Do you give me permission to change your nappy? And what response are you going to get from a sleeping child?
Honestly.
Oh, man, we make dua for such people.
Honestly.
And that they redirect their energies to positivity.
No, positivity, yeah, right? I mean, I get what they're trying to do. And they've achieved it. What they were trying to do, they have definitely achieved it. Gotten their name in the newspaper. Gotten their name on the internet. All of that. If that was the intention, mission accomplished, doctors.
Wow, what a time to be alive. That's all I can say.
I want to suggest something very radical. Stop calling them experts.
I want to hear what the dadas and dadis and the pardadas and pardadis have to say about such things.
Right. You go. Anisha.
Oh my word. I'm not asking a baby if they consent to a nappy change when they can barely talk. The things scientists come up with, ridiculous.
Yeah, but I don't... What kind of scientist? You know,
So then,
what kind of expert? How
what
did
are you going
get
to research after that if the child, according to your understanding of their body language, says no? You're going to research what happens when feces remain in a diaper for 1 week? What's the next research
No, because
topic?
the kid was like, I know, don't change my nappy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey?
That will be the parent after reading this
That would be the
article.
parent after reading that, but like, was that the reaction of the kid that didn't want a nappy change? Hey?
Bizarre.
Then what was that the reaction? Or was this the reaction? Like, did you just ask me that? Are you serious? Did you just ask me that question?
What will the next thing be? Ask the child to consent whether they want to drink the mom's milk. How bizarre can you go?
Hey, would you like the, mummy's milk, or do you want biryani? I don't know. Honestly, that's why they call it an offbeat story, by the way. As we end the program on this Thursday morning, the baby should ask if you would like to change the nappy.
I love this.
Hey?
I love this.
Yeah.
I must tell you,
It's a poopy article.
I was talking to a child in grade 8 the other day. Just a general conversation because her niece was there and her niece was crying. And she says, Appa, this child, day and night, she doesn't stop just crying for nothing. I'm trying to sleep. She's crying. So I said to her, one day, when you have your own little one, inshallah, what's going to happen? She says, I'll cry with my baby.
Well,
my baby will cry. I'll cry. We'll cry together.
I actually know mums that do that. Salam's TBR, great show as always. The baby should do the business on their own. Hey?
But there are.
Honestly. Someone's going to come back and say, why you're laughing on the radio? Those exist as well. Anyway, bye, Monday. See you later. Monday had no part of that. Anyway, how old is this expert doctor? No idea. That wasn't revealed.
It's easy. You get down to their level and you say goo goo gaga
and you wait for the response. Who's this? Who sends this? Was Mohammed Salaji. I like the sense of humor on that one there. Yeah, there we go. That's it for this morning. Let's just check out your comments on socials. There's so many laughing faces coming through. That's that. Thanks for the kickstart for kickstarting our day with the laugh. You're most welcome. We try every day, every single day. Thank you very much for being there on socials, keeping us company on YouTube, on Facebook, and of course on my TikTok as well. You've been watching. Thank you very much. Remember, we'll do it again tomorrow morning, inshallah, where we get your Darood Khan, because it's going to be Friday.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Just one more message.
Oh, sorry. My children